Hi guys and welcome back to Amplify. Do you know what is upcycling fashion? I didn't know either until I met One from Zero is the New One and she made this beautiful hoodie for me. Apparently upcycling is taking multiple old stuff and making something new out of it. The other piece of clothing I have from Zero is the New One is a sweater and you're gonna see it
How
now.
are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm calling you from Belgium. The weather is not very nice, but it's end of January. Tomorrow is February 1st, and I mean, there is no chance that there will be some light these days, so it's fine. Where are you now?
I'm in Porto and the weather is
Portugal.
shit.
Really?
Yeah. It's a myth, I mean, Portugal might be sunny, but Porto in winter is just internal rain.
Yeah, but I would have thought that Portugal is quite sunny. I mean, the whole year around. Okay, so I'm calling you from Belgium to have you on my show, which is called Amplify, because I really like what you're doing. And the one of the pieces that you did is actually on me right now. So I really wanted to discuss with you your projects, your plans for 2021, your inspiration. Okay, One, tell me please about your childhood. Where did you grow up?
Yeah. So I grew up in Lithuania and I grew up in the middle of nowhere in nature. My family is not so small, but the gaps between my brother and sister are big. My brother is 12 years older and my sister is 7 years older, so I felt a bit like a single child most of the time. And then I spent a lot of time with my dad, who is painter and
Mm-hmm.
ceramic artist and graphic teacher. So we had a lot of fun. As I remember, my childhood is nature and the playground of studios. Like the basement was ceramic, the top
Wow.
floor was painting, and I remember like making pictures with my dad. I mean, I'm not sure how to say in English. Like you actually make the picture, no, with liquid
Mm-hmm.
and all
Mm-hmm.
the techniques was my that was my games.
That's fun. And that means that art was running in the family already since your childhood.
Exactly. And it gave me quite strange effect because, for example, my brother is photographer, and both of them, my dad and my brother, are quite real artists, I would say. And my sister is also fashion designer, and my mom is architect. And I felt like, I don't know, maybe I want to be some good at maths, maybe. And I was good at maths and physics and chemistry. And was this battle, when you are 17 and choosing the university is like is crazy. I still cannot believe that being 17 you have to choose your life path. And yeah, I went for civil engineering and architecture,
Mm-hmm.
and I was kind of fighting this art part in me, I guess. And now, being 30,
Mm-hmm.
now I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I go for ceramic? I love it now, and yeah, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, now it's more free. No, now you don't have the stress of, and now I know it's like not that I choose something for my life. It's never that.
Yeah.
You choose something, then you choose another thing, and you see how it goes, and that's the beauty.
Yeah, you don't have to kind of do the same thing the whole life. You can always experiment, you can change, you can try, you can search for yourself. And it also doesn't mean that there is only one thing that you have to do at the same time. I mean, you can have some kind of a job, like a part-time job, and then you have your another hobby, and then you do some other things just for relaxing. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't have to stick to one things. Uh, Tell me about your project Zero is the New One, because how I know you is that I went to your shop in Vilnius and bought the sweater there,
Mm-hmm.
and because I like the concept. You do upcycling, it's called, right?
Yes, that's the name.
Tell me about it.
So yeah, and coming back to what you just said is also you don't need to do one thing, and it's not your description. It's not that you are an architect. No, you are a designer. You are a person that does many things. We are a bit deep in this labeling.
Yeah.
So what I do is also upcycling, and I don't know, is my hobby or work, because the borders between hobby and work vanished, I don't know, years ago. So let's talk about this project. Is just one of the things I do. Now I'm in Portugal, so I found out they are producing a lot of clothing, like fashion, sewing factories. So I found here that they have a lot of defected clothes. So I go there and get crazy and buy some stuff that are with defects. They are not used, but they are samples. And then Porto has a lot of nice vintage stores, not defined, not so hipster, really small, nice places that you can find crazy stuff. And so that's my routine, going to those stores and going to factories to see what didn't work for them and what will work for me. And then I join those things. Like I instead of just fixing the fact, I fix it applying something embroidered or laces, some vintage piece. Yeah. So this is the project. And your jumper that you wear is a bit different. Was vintage jumper but then I put fabric pieces that was leftover from what we made with my sister. Like we had pieces of fabrics that were left, we didn't want to throw. So it's many ways you can upcycle. Every country, I guess, if you travel, you see fashion is different, and the production or the concept or issues. Like here, I think the issue is leftovers of production. So I said, okay, let's see what I can do with that.
And in Lithuania, how did you get to open your shop?
Yeah, okay, that was 10 years ago. The shop is not there yet anymore. But I guess we just got a bit tired. It was energy consuming a lot because it was very personal. It was our mom, my sister, and me. We opened the shop of what we call slow fashion, the clothes that we made, but really carefully, good quality and sustainable. Then some vintage pieces, then some upcycled pieces, and also stuff, how to say, home decor, vintage pieces. So everything just took a lot of energy always to create atmosphere, to select every piece, and that was our family business also. So it was not so much free time, and we enjoyed a lot for 9 years. We opened this because we wanted we wanted our mom to move in to Vilnius. She was quite lonely there in the countryside. And she said, no, like I'm too old, I will not find a new job now. We said, okay, we can create a job for you.
Oh, cool. Wow.
That's the beginning, and then it grew to something nice. But then, I went to Porto. My sister said it was a bit too much to run, and she closed. She's online now, just having a physical shop, especially these years, she was planning, but COVID helped a bit to close it faster.
And I didn't understand from which city or village or town are you coming from?
Oh, like if I tell you the name, is Kruke. Is
Kruke.
was maybe 200 inhabitants. Even so, our house was like the last in the end. So my place was forest, fields, river, and then the village there, But I was not looking there always. I was going to the river more.
Oh my God. I mean, I think I have the dream to have that kind of house one day with forest, river, fields.
Yeah.
Okay. And the store that you opened, you were doing the upcycling from day one there, or you came to upcycling a bit later?
Yeah, so when we opened, I was still this civil engineering architect, you know, and I was only helping them, and I was helping more and more, and then I finished my bachelor, and I said, okay, I'm not sure if I want this serious life of architect, you know, this important person who is always working so much. I don't know. Yeah, is this also a lot of stress and a lot of computer, which I found out lately. I found more and more that I like doing everything with my hands. I'm trying to get back to ceramic also and fabrics is just like real, creating the real objects. So then, yeah, I was just helping more and more them. And then I got really involved in the shop live. And then I found maybe how I wanted to do something there, but on my own. No, it was like having my line kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So I started that, but my sister was joining also. She's still making backpacks from vintage leather jackets.
Wow.
Looks great.
Do you remember the first piece you did with upcycling technique?
Wow. No. I know that even being in school, like I remember one pair of pants that I did for myself. I was like 16. It was
Uh-huh.
military pants, and I changed so they would fit me and would be like more modern cut. Maybe
Uh-huh.
that was.
And is there something like really favorite of yours that you did, that you created by upcycling?
I, at least at the moment, since it's not so old project, is a jacket that I call Mexican jacket. Was exactly the product of factory. Uh, XXL, I think, washed linen jacket, and I put on the back a painting. Let's call it painting. I found it in a thrift shop. It
Mm-hmm.
was framed piece of Mexican traditional art.
Wow.
Like the technique is to glue threads, colorful threads, and make the faces or creatures, figures of it. And they were all glued, so the piece was in frame. I took it out.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had a lot of fun finding out that when you wash, they go away, those threads.
Oh.
So I went with sewing machine through all the threads, everything again, and then applied to the jacket, and was like, I don't know, maybe a week work, and I was really satisfied with the result.
Wow. The
Okay.
backstory sounds awesome. Uh, what are your plans for 2021?
um, yeah, many so not to give up upcycling, which sometimes is not so easy now because I guess my inspiration is surroundings and aesthetics around, and now Porto is closed. Of course, you know, like I just don't want to talk about it, but I don't meet a lot of stylish people or this input that I feel like people are willing to dress interesting, you know. For me, I couldn't do it in village. I want to be in the city always to feel needed, to understand that people, I'm not only doing it for doing, that somebody will wear it, and now it's not easy. But anyway, another plan. Me and my boyfriend, we have a countryside house and a farm. Like there is like 300 trees of olive and oranges,
Ah,
and
it's a
we
plantation. I mean,
sounds
it's
like
not a
it's not.
farm, it's a
Yeah,
plantation.
No, you can come and stay. It's not so big. And we do olive oil. And so, since now the time lost meaning, don't you feel like that sometimes? Like it's just stopped. So we can do things that we maybe wanted to do, and we kind of didn't have time, which is funny. So we made a bottle of clay, a prototype, and now we are doing with factory porcelain bottles for our olive oil. The brand is called Kushu, Coxo, and yeah, that's a big plan. We are growing there.
Do you already do you already produce the olive oil?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. You are doing it, two of you.
Two of us with the help. I mean, mostly two of us. When it comes to picking olives, you cannot do it, two of you. We collected 1.5 ton. That sounds a lot, but it made 140 liters of olive oil. So it's not crazy. But then is a lot of help from countryside people and friends. Getting back to nature is a bit my nature to get there, and feels really good to do this product that everybody needs, healthy foods. Yeah, so this, and then clay. My plan is to remember some techniques and learn.
The cup that you just showed, is it made by yourself?
No, it's made by my really nice friends. Advertising everything I have is is Minx Factory. Check it. They're great. Yeah, I have a shop on Etsy. It's a platform of handmade stuff. So we'll see. I don't want to spoil too much. I don't know where it goes. Yeah, it's just so nice to create something and touch, and for me is really therapeutical. I mean, I love sewing, but clay is or sculpture making is 3D, is something else. And so for the ceramic, I don't know if you ever tried, but it's crazy how many techniques there are, and then you come to glazing and firing, and is just is crazy.
You need to have a lot of I don't know, specific setup or machine at home to do that.
Yeah, it's not that you can do it home with the oven or something. Yeah, it's like now I feel like a bit back to my childhood because I work in co-working studio, and there we have architects, video designers, video makers, ceramic designers, painters, photographer, and I have my sewing machines there. But it feels really good to be surrounded by talented people. And then it's a playground again, you can try and talk, and they always are full of advices for new stuff. So it really reminds me of my childhood with my dad, trying all techniques and maybe making them go together, joining.
That's interesting. Yeah.
What I'm saying is like we have all the equipment there. So for me, it's just so easy to get closer.
And the equipment, is it something you had to invest in? For you, is it something that you are renting your space kind of there, and then you can use their equipment, or it's your personal equipment?
Yeah, it's my sewing machines are mine.
And the equipment for the clay?
And for the clay is common, like shared equipment. Yeah.
Interesting. And what is your day now? Now we are kind of in weird situation with COVID. So what are you doing every day? Can you tell me more about that?
So I'm going to the studio, and maybe too much, at least 6 days a week. I try to Sunday. I try to like not even step into the street, not to get sick of that. But actually, it's like what I found out. it's hard for me to find what to do at home. I read a book and cook, but then it finishes really quick. You know, having 2 days weekend for me is too much. But is in this reality, you know, if it would be nice weather and no limitation to travel between cities, which we have now, I would go to the land to to be with my olives.
Yeah.
There's always things to do in countryside, you know, and it's really relaxing. And then I don't know, and we have the ocean next to Porto, and I like to go out and go to nature, but now it's raining, and with limitations, I just kill my anxiety with work. So my days looks like I go there and then I see, okay, so since I'm on Etsy, sometimes I get orders. So if I have them, I do them first. If not, I go for upcycling or for ceramic, and days flies.
And are you more like a morning person or an evening person?
Morning.
A morning. What time do you wake up?
8, 9.
And like you can just have a shower, breakfast, and start
Yeah.
doing stuff.
And also I try to learn Portuguese bit by
Okay.
bit. And morning, I realized that I have my classes in evening, and then it's so hard. Damn, the brain is so slow. But if I take some material in morning, it's just 10 times easier. So I do my slow coffee time with my notes, and then I go to the studio.
You spoke about inspiration, getting inspired among the people that you're surrounded by, getting inspired in big cities by seeing different people who wear different style.
Yeah.
Is there someone or I don't know, a brand or an event or maybe a specific atmosphere that inspires you, that you can really say that this is something that helps you create?
No, I think it's a city life really.
The
I
vibe.
felt why is like for sure is because of people, but also aesthetics in many ways. For example, I felt amazing in Berlin, and in the same time, I spent some time in Norway, and I really appreciate that they care only about comfort. I was in a small town, but it just killed my will to do anything, you know? If everybody around you wears tights and hiking shoes, it's just I feel hopeless. And aesthetics in general in more like for example Porto is I love it is every single building is different, you know. I don't know if you had the chance to come, but come. It's crazy. It's every I see now through the windows like 3 houses. One is yellow tiles, the other is blue painted, the other is black and white geometrical forms tiles, and you can see so many variety of shapes and colors, and it's just nice. And okay, going to galleries then again also is like aesthetics in very wide name. That what gives me drive. Well, sometimes Pinterest, you know, now what I can do, it helps. You see other people creating, and it makes me happy.
What about nurturing your mental health? Do you do something specific? Like people love doing meditation or some like digital detox or things like that. What do you do? And do you do anything?
I do. I practice meditation, and I think now is more and more important for me and probably for many. And I feel it's like I'm really glad that that's what you said. Like more and more people are into, no, and it's getting kind of fashion, and it's the amazing fashion. And actually, I am at the moment I would be in this silent retreat of 10 days, Vipassana, but so they closed the borders, and I didn't go.
Where would you be?
In Spain, Vipassana.
Vipassana. It's a
It's a
city or something?
no, is a worldwide movement. They have centers,
Ah, Vipassana.
meditation.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Every country, like Portugal also has, but Spain has very active centers. So I was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to go there because they have very often the courses like they open registration. Let's say today morning they open registration for another course, and at 7 in the morning you already don't have places. It's like I was so glad I got the place this time, and then I didn't go. Yeah, but I feel like I need that. It's not that I need. I think you always have place to grow.
Yeah.
I feel this time is like the best. It's like everything stopped, and I really wanted, but so I postponed it to March.
This is so cool what you just say, that this is the perfect time, because I'm continuously telling this to myself and to people around who complains that, oh, they are not able to travel, they are not able to see the world, etc. All I'm saying, like, the whole universe is asking you right now to sit on your butt home. That's all. You don't need to do anything else. Like, yeah, I mean, just do that for a couple of months and everything will get better. And
And it's not easy, no?
yeah, but you can always go back to the stuff that you always wanted to do, for which you didn't have time.
Yeah.
Because we are always I'm not generalizing, but lots of people are always running for events, to do things, to be everywhere, and then they don't have time to reconnect with themselves.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect time to wake up in the morning, look at the sun, and say, okay, I'm having calmly my cup of coffee, and let's think about our intentions.
Yeah, and it's not probably for us. It's not so easy to be with ourselves and
Yeah.
really hear ourselves, hear what we need. And again, for me, it's like my childhood. I spent a lot of time, I grew my concept of freedom and the need of freedom there. And I was good with myself. I don't have the struggle to, I'm not exploding to be quiet for a while, you know? But I guess that's the thing that people should learn, and maybe that's the lesson from this episode
This
of,
will be your
of the
episode.
world.
It's a whole season. It's not an episode.
True.
Yeah. What about skills? Anything new that you would like to learn or improve?
Yeah, getting back to ceramic, but also for sewing, there's always so much. You can grab one technique and get really good, and it's nice. This is probably not working so well for me. I cannot. Well, what I found out not so long ago, I will never do one thing in my life. At least some. I hope not too many. But now I'm testing ground and checking what works better. I'm just checking several things in the same time, and then I will see what I will stick to.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'd
hard to
like to
say. Yeah, the skill.
just want to quickly discuss another piece of yours. It's here.
Yes, I know that.
It's a hoodie with a goblin.
Yes, tapestry.
Uh-huh. What's the story?
So I made it in Portugal, but the tapestry comes from Lithuania. It came with me.
Wow, okay.
It's birches. Yeah, I was just selecting when I was coming here. I was selecting several pieces that I didn't want to leave. I couldn't leave, and I said I will do something with them. And it was done in the first quarantine, I think. So a year ago. In
a year ago.
and the quarantine.
You just say that. Can you imagine a year ago? I mean, we had the first quarantine a year ago, and I kind of still felt like we are not yet there for a year, but now I understood that it's been a year.
Yeah, almost. So I spent my first quarantine sounds awful in the land. Yeah, almost no internet. A lot of rain first, but then the weather got nicer and nicer, and I think that helped a lot of us. It was 4 of us. Helped a lot us not to get depressed. We came back after to the city and we saw our friends white and sad at home, and we were tanned. So this I did there. This one.
Nice. Nice. And the hoodie, where did you get the hoodie from? From the factory?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you can advise to people who want to do multiple things? Because I find this inspiring that you don't put yourself in the box. You don't label yourself with like, I'm only an upcycling designer, or I'm only a ceramic designer. I also know how to do that, do oil. I mean, there are lots of things. But I think there is some time management that needs to be done, and also like, how do we do everything? I mean, that we want.
Yeah, and not get crazy.
Not get crazy.
Yeah, for sure. For me, of course, depends on personality. For me, it's important to set at least Sunday is nothing. Is not this or that. I really want to do this, but no. Like then Monday you will get Monday you will be dead, and it doesn't work like that. So Sunday I really do my home stuff and go with the bike when the rain is less. And on summer is easy, no, to get more detached, so you could get back with energy. The other thing, usually Fridays, I feel like shit, I didn't do anything because I did everything a bit. So I try to close at least one small project or one task or something that, okay, so this is done at least. Because when everything, and that's in general how I feel. Now we're doing a lot of stuff parallel, no? Like this, and nothing actually goes, like market is not ready for even olive oil. We are doing this and that and finding corks, but it's like on hold. Everything on hold, and that's a big lesson for me. I'm usually impatient, and I guess from time to time, just to see, okay, today I'm doing only this thing, or all the week I'm doing only this thing to be finished, and to congratulate yourself for something, to be satisfied with finished result. I think without that, it's very tiring.
And how do you do the follow-up in terms of what do you have to do? Do you have some kind of a table or like an agenda or something?
Yeah, I tend to plan not so much a day, but usually a week or a month. We have a meeting of Young Moon, usually with my boyfriend, where we put intentions and things that we want to do in the month. So usually it's something personal for me, like some tasks okay, this week we said we will not talk about COVID, like that. Or, meditate every day. This month, okay, I'm trying my best, and it's only month, but month makes more sense than one day for me, because if I write for one day, I always write twice too much.
Oh.
And it's really sad in the end of the day, So it's better to say, okay, in a week I do these prototypes and this and that, and that's more manageable for me. No moon, they call it in English, but I don't like, because moon never disappears, no? It's like full moon, and the opposite is No moon,
Okay.
but the moon is there. Come on. It's
And
just
when is it usually?
now I think it's like 14, 15 of February.
Huh?
It's the cycle of month every time, and so you get a new start for yourself.
Wow, it's something that I will definitely learn from our conversation. I will follow up on that. It's very
Exactly.
interesting.
And it's so
Mm-hmm.
nice is even if it's inside of you, if you don't believe too much of energies of space, it's still okay. I think you can just have a meeting with you. I really
Mm-hmm.
like this concept.
It's cool, really cool.
Yeah, it is. It helps me a lot, really.
Let's talk about who do you want to amplify?
Okay, so there's a friend of mine. She's from New York. She moved to Porto with her family maybe a year ago, more or less. She does upcycling and a bit of street art, stickers and posters. And she writes books, and she has a studio where where she invites people to work for for free in her space to have the ability to have personal time. You know, it's like if you have family or kids or just busy with works, real works, but you really want to create something, the space is important, no? Quiet space. So she gives that for people and encourage them. She's great. She's Alex Hart.
I'm packing my backpack and leaving for Porto and going to her space.
Yeah. Great.
It's a
Meet
lovely
me,
concept, really.
meet me here also when you're there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna bring all the sweaters that I have from you, and we'll be just walking around it, and we'll say she made them. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram called Zero is the New One. Yeah, and
What about your Etsy shop?
my Etsy shop is called the same.
Zero is the new one.
Yes, but if you go to
Okay.
Instagram, I think it feels a bit more personal and we can talk. I would be glad to chat with anybody. And then there's links to my shop.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ona.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate your wisdom about the new moon, young moon. And hope to see you more often on Instagram, your creations, and wish you to have all the energy and time you need to move on with your clay constructions, with upcycling and everything that you have in mind for 2021.
Thank you and have nice 2021. You
Thank you very much for watching the episode. If you liked it, please subscribe and share the episode with your friends. Bye bye.